Hey there, it's Trisha, and I wanted to go over a few things from Friday. I've gotten emails from some people, quite a few people asking if I can go over the setups that occurred on Friday using the new setup, so I thought I would go ahead and do that. The room doesn't meet on Fridays, so that's why I was getting a lot of emails, I believe. But anyway, if you're interested in learning more about the setups, you can go to www.easyminitrade.com, as well as get the information for the upcoming webinar on the 19th of November. So on Friday morning at 9:55 we had consumer sentiment coming out. So most of you know that I won't trade around the news. So either I'm in something already or I'm going to wait till after it passes. We did get a close outside the channel here at 10. I think right around 10. And if you look down here, we don't really have our indicator above 20 at that point, and plus it's very close to that 9:55 time frame, so not likely anything that you would have taken there because of this. This didn't get in line until here, so nothing to do there. Here, right at our pivot point, we get a close outside the lower channel and under that pivot point, but you can see by looking at our longer tick chart here, we really don't have any real direction at that point. Not yet anyway. It's right around here, so we don't have any real direction yet. But regardless, you get your close under the pivot point, close under the channel, and nothing's in line here to take that, so we're not going to take that. Also want to point out, every morning I start out by picking support and resistance by looking at the daily chart or a 60-minute and 15-minute, and I compare those to our floor trader pivots and midpoints to make sure that all the areas that I want represented are represented. So in this case, I drew my own horizontal line at 1052 because we were not represented there. There was no, there weren't any floor trader pivots there. So this is one that I drew. So we get our close outside the channel here, and we're right above a support area. We're not in line here, so there's nothing to do there. And also, even if you did have an order in place under this bar, it would never have been taken, so you would cancel. So you finally break that support area, and you get closed under the support area outside the channel, but the order is never taken on the next bar, so there's nothing to do there. Here you get closed outside the channel. You are in line here with your yellow line above 20. If you take it, you have to know that you have an area here below you where you might stall. Obviously, you can see after the fact it did not stall. If you waited until you got closed below that area, you would have got in under this bar, had to sit through a little bit of sideways action, but you could see that it obviously went on to work out very well. And this was at, what time was this? That was at 11:36. So again, under this bar here, would have had to sit through a little bit of sideways action here for about 5 minutes, and then it dropped. Again, once it drops, you know you've got support area here at your S1 line. And then this is a line that I drew at 1043 based on previous price action from the daily and the 60-minute chart. So you could have ridden that all the way down to there. Again, taking profit off the table whenever you felt it fit your plan. So that actually came right down to the 1043 area that I drew on there, and then you bounced. So then you're thinking, okay, well now how can I jump on this? So you're thinking, okay, I'm going to take a pullback to this middle line if we stay closed under it. So here's the issue. You get closed under the middle line, but you're now above an S1 line. So the safer way to enter this would be, I mean, you could put your entry in under here, of course, it wouldn't have gotten filled, but would be under this support area. So it never got filled, so you watch it bounce to the outside channel. Not looking for a long here because we're obviously in a downtrend. You can see that very simply here on our longer tick chart. So the other option would be, you get closed outside the outer channel, wait for it to come back inside the channel, and then once it gets closed below that area, you can take it. So you're here. If you want to take it, you could take it or wait till it gets outside the channel again. Everything's in line to take this right outside the channel. You're under the support area. You've closed outside the channel. Your yellow line is above 20, so you're good to go. Again, knowing where your support is, you've got a long ride down, so another excellent opportunity to take that. When you get a pullback here to this midline, you stay closed under it. You can enter in under there, and you could take it knowing, though, again, very important to know that you are likely only going to come down to this area here. This is the low from the previous day. This is the low from Thursday. So taking this at this middle line, you have to know that likely this is going to be an area where you're going to stall, and that's exactly what happens. So again, very important to know what you can expect out of the trade. And again, keep in mind that this is all during lunch, so obviously if you're trading during lunch, then you would be taking these. If you're not trading during lunch, then you wouldn't be taking these. So again, personal choice for you. So anyway, we bounce off the low from Thursday, come up, hit our head on the outer channel, and if you wanted to take this once it closed below the middle line here, you could, again, knowing that you're likely to get a stall here in this area. You would have been lucky enough that you didn't, but you have to expect that you're going to get a stall there. Otherwise, you could take it outside the channel with the yellow line above 20, and so you could either take it here, knowing that you might bounce here in this area here, or you could take it under there. Again, totally up to you how you'd want to take it. And it's not that you can't take something when you have an area of possible support below you. It's just you have to be aware of it, because if you do hit that area and bounce, you don't want to sit through it if it's going to bounce back up to a previous resistance area. So again, just knowing those things will help you decide how long you're going to sit in a trade. So it's about 1:13 now. Hit the outer channel and rolling over. Again, you do have a lot of reference points in this area, so again, up to you if you're going to take it once it closes under this this middle line. And again, you have to pay attention to where we price previously came down to. So that would be where you would expect price to get, or to just the lower channel. So obviously that would be a more aggressive entry, but you do have room if you take that at least down to the lower channel. So that's, you know, that's definitely a decent trade. Now your indicator is not above 20 anymore, so now all you would be expecting is that, you know, we came up to a resistance area, now I'm expecting it just to get to support. Here you did get closed outside the channel. Your indicator is above 20, so you take that and again manage it however you like. Another one worked out great, and that one was at about 130 thereabouts. Close outside the channel, not looking for any longs, so ignore. No matter what, you're ignoring those. You're not in an uptrend, so I would not be interested in any of those. And again, that's totally up to you if you are interested in a counter trend trade. You know, if it fits your plan, then by all means you can absolutely do that. So here, get closed outside the channel. We are above 20 here, but we are right at that support area. So then we bounce, close inside, close outside here. So this would likely be the better entry. Either way, it would be totally up to you, but you're above 20 and it's rising, and you enter, you sit through this, you're not going to get stopped out, you're fine, and then it moves down again. And again comes up to resistance area, closes under the channel. If you wanted to take it just expecting to get back down to the support area, you absolutely can. Otherwise, you could wait to get closed outside the channel here. You've got your indicator above 20, so you take it, and again works out just fine. Again, not looking for anything on the way up. And this is after 3:30, so nothing that you would likely do with that. And if anybody has any questions, you can certainly shoot me an email. And again, if you want to check out the setups, you can go to www.easyeminitrade.com and get more information.